Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be my best skincare of 2019. So basically my favorite products for each category. Some of these are new, some of these are the same as last year, which I will link down below if you are interested. I just haven't been able to find anything better. So let's go through them as always in the order that I use them-ish. Everything will be listed and linked in the description box, but first step is to remove my makeup, and I went back to my trusty Bioderma. This is their micellar water. You need the one with the pink cap. It's just the best one. This year my skin went through phases of breaking out, and I was trying to go back to only using products that I knew for a fact weren't breaking me out because I was trying to figure out what was, and turns out it's probably stress, and I think it was my detergent too. It's a cult favorite. It removes my makeup very easily, even whenever I use something that is waterproof. It doesn't irritate my eyes, and again, doesn't break me out. Sometimes I use it in the morning if I use like a sleeping mask, for example, overnight, and I feel like I still have quite a bit on my skin, but I don't want to actually use a cleanser. I use this and just rinse it off, and everything is good to go. I've been really enjoying having this back in my life, and you can see I have this humongous bottle. It lasted me quite a bit of time, but yes, I tend to use this only on my eyes and lips whenever I am wearing something more long wearing like right now. And actually I have been using the Shiseido facial cotton. I was a skeptic, I'm just gonna say it. These are kind of expensive. They're like $10 something, and they're very, very thick cotton rounds, but then I tend to just separate them in half, and then I use like one on each eye. Whatever is left, I just remove the rest of my face before going in the shower, and they're so soft and they actually are worth it in my opinion. But yeah, it took me a while to actually want to test these, but I feel like I'm not wasting as much product as the ones that I buy at like Walmart or something. They're less thick and very, very soft. So this is my first step. The next step, I tend to jump in the shower to remove the rest of my makeup. Last year, I believe my favorite in that category was a cleansing balm, but I am now a total convert. Cleansing oil all the way. This is the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil, and it took me a while to actually try this because this is olive oil based, and I have combination skin. I'm very acne prone, very clog prone, even though I'm very dehydrated. It's the worst mix, seriously. So olive oil seems like it's gonna be too thick for me, and like it makes me feel like it's gonna break me out. But I have been using this for a year now. This is my second bottle, and I love this. I apply this on my skin dry and then add a little bit of water. It just emulsifies and becomes kind of milky. Rub, 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 rinse it off, and I'm good to go. My makeup is gone. Sometimes I actually skip cleanser and just use this a second time, and it's so gentle. I know for a fact it doesn't break me out. It doesn't strip my skin. It doesn't feel squeaky clean, and it's just awesome. I will continue to use this. I don't have currently a backup, which I will need because I am testing other ones just to see, but so far this is my favorite cleansing oil. I was very boring with cleansers this year because again, I was not wanting to test anything new to try and prevent breakouts and trying to figure out what was breaking me out. So I went back to an old favorite. This is the Nuxe Comforting Cleansing Milk, and like it says, it is a milky consistency. Actually, you can remove your face makeup with this. They do say eyes too, actually, but on the eyes, but it does remove your face makeup. But what I like about it is that it is kind of thicker than the usual cleanser I tend to gravitate towards with my combination skin. But because I was breaking out so much, I didn't want to apply very thick moisturizers, so I kind of relied on this to give a little bit of moisture to my skin, and it just really works for me. It does smell like roses if you are into this. I don't really care for roses, but I did enjoy this overall. It just leaves me my skin very, very soft and moisturized. Overall, just a very gentle cleanser that I enjoyed using all year long. Exfoliators. I'm not big on physical exfoliators, although I have been using those, are those crunchy sponges? Can't remember the name. Those a little bit with my cleansers, but I am still so far very much of a chemical exfoliator type of person. And like last year, this is the COSRX AHA Whitehead Power Liquid. This is 7% glycolic acid. I have very sensitive skin. Like my cheeks will get very, very red very easily, and I don't need to become more dehydrated. This product really works well for me for helping with my dead skin and any pores that are clogged. It just really helps with those too, and helping to prevent acne. And I did try actually the BHA version, but my skin doesn't like it, so I went back to this. This just really works. It's a staple for me. This is, I don't even know, second, third bottle at least. I do have a backup, and you can see I'm running low on it. I adore this. It does smell a little bit like onions, but I use this once or twice a week and it just keeps things under control for me, and it doesn't irritate my skin too much. Again, I don't use it a lot because I'm super sensitive, but this works for me and I will continue to use this. I have tested other ones, but so far this is still my favorite. Toners. I did not have 20 toners this year, which is weird for me. Usually I have a lot of fun with that category, but again, I was trying to keep things a little simple. I did finish a lot of the ones I was in the middle of because I tend to use half of them and then stop. So one of them being this one, the Innisfree one, which was, I believe, in my favorite last year. So I only have a little bit left of it in this spray bottle, which I'll talk about in a second. But I finished a bunch of my other ones, except this one I'm still using and loving, and it is by La Neige. This is the Cream Skin Refiner. This is a thicker toner for me. I tend to gravitate towards the very liquidy ones because, again, combination skin that is very acne prone. Whenever I tend to apply anything too thick, it breaks me out, like literally automatically. This doesn't. It is a milky consistency, so I tend to only use like 1 or 2 layers. And it just suits my skin. The ingredient list is quite impressive. It's moisturizing without being too much for me, and I have been using this bottle for so long, like twice a day, and it will not run out, which is good, but I mean, it's kind of strange still. You can find actually really tiny bottles. I've seen one on YesStyle, so I'll link the full size and the sample size. So if you don't want to commit to a full bottle, if you are someone like me that tends to have like 50 different ones at the same time, it's a good way to test it. I do highly recommend it, especially right now during this time of the year. It's like perfect. So I love this. We'll continue to use this until I die, or 2021. So I have another year and a half to try and finish this. Essence. I think this is always going to be my favorites because it is so freaking good. Again, COSRX. They have so many great products, and they're actually affordable too and easier to find. I know Ulta now has them, and some Walmarts too. So again, so very practical if you are in the store and want to grab another bottle. But this is the Essence Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. This is 96% snail mucin, which, by the way, COSRX is cruelty-free, so no snail were hurt in the making of this awesome product. It is a weird product. I don't recommend this for moisture. I feel like sometimes I hear people say it's not moisturizing. It's not. What it does, a couple things. First off, it's really great for inflammation. I always make sure to use this whenever I use a chemical exfoliator. Although for the last couple months, I've been using this religiously twice a day, no matter what, and it's very calming. Any irritation like red cheeks or any acne that you have, especially red pimple that are painful pimples, and also really helps with the scarring. I feel like my pimples don't stay red or angry or just leave marks as often whenever I do use this. And I even found that back in the day when I started using this, I had some sunspots, and I feel like this really helped them fade away. So I think this is literally magic to me. The texture is a little weird at first, but it doesn't stay, it looks sticky, but it's not really sticky, and it doesn't last like 2 seconds on your skin. It absorbs really fast, dries fully matte, and it's also amazing on top of other products. That's kind of why I use it at the end usually, because I will test other products, and sometimes my skin, I apply a few layers and my skin is like, nope, not happening. It's just not absorbing. I just go back to this, apply a layer, and everything goes in and I have no more issues. So awesome product that I will continue to repurchase. Again, I'm running fairly low, but I do have a backup and will always have a backup. Is it last year at the end, whenever everyone was doing their favorites, it was sold out literally everywhere and I panicked a little bit. So I now always make sure to have at least one backup. Awesome. I tend to use about like 1 or 2 pumps morning and night. I did not test a lot of serums this year because, again, my skin was going through stuff. I still absolutely adore this one. This is the Sulwhasoo First Care Activating Serum, and wow, this is a pricier item, probably one of the most expensive products in this video, but it is worth it. It is an anti-aging one. I tend to use it mostly because, again, I have combination skin, and I feel like sometimes whenever I use products that are too drying, I become more oily, but then sometimes using oily products make me oily. It's hard to find a good balance, and I feel like this just gives it to me. It's a good balance between oil and water. It feels like it's going to be oily, but it's not. It's just hard to describe, but it absorbs really fast, and I feel like it leaves my skin feeling very plumped and moisturized and hydrated, and it's just kind of magical. I tend to only use it during the night, especially during the winter. I feel like I need it even more. I use probably like a pump and a half, and it's enough. And it's been lasting me actually a decent amount of time considering you know, the price point. I've been wanting to try and make it last, and it has. I have no idea how much is left, which is the only thing that annoys me. But yes, it's great, definitely worth the hype. Once again, I'm pretty sure you can find smaller sample size bottles either on the Estelle or Amazon. I will link some if I can find them in the description box, but it's a good way to test it without wanting to, you know, without having to splurge on the full size one. So you know how I said some categories I didn't go too wild because I was trying to keep things under control? I did the opposite for moisturizers because I was trying to find the perfect one. Essentially trying to find alternatives to my pricier yet amazing moisturizer. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. This is probably my 10th bottle, but this is my last backup. So I will probably repurchase this because I can't live without this. But I was trying to find other things to try and find dupes for you guys, totally for you guys. I did it all for science. So I'm gonna go through all the moisturizers I found and loved this year from the thinnest to the thickest, consistency wise. The most lightweight moisturizer is this one by iUNIK. This is the Centella Calming Gel Cream. This is a really great moisturizer for acne prone skin, or also if you have oilier skin or normal to oily, especially during the summer. I use it all summer long. It is very, very lightweight. So if it's warm and humid and you don't want to apply anything too thick, it's just going to literally melt, especially if you apply makeup on top. This was a lifesaver for me. Great ingredients, 70% Centella Asiatica leaf water, which is like literally the ingredient that was everywhere last year because Cica, Madecassicide, Centella Asiatica, same thing. It's great for redness. And then tea tree leaf water, 10%, which is great for acne prone skin, like redness and acne and pimples. And awesome. It is definitely gel, absorbs really, really fast, doesn't play weirdly under makeup. It's just great. I feel like my moisturizer does something for my skin while moisturizing, so it's been really, really great. This is actually empty. I do have a backup for whenever the weather decides to actually improve. We're waiting for a huge snowstorm this weekend. I'm very excited. So won't be for now, but whenever I am ready for the summer, I will have a backup for this. This is probably the closest one in consistency to my First Aid Beauty one. This is by Some By Me. This is the H7 Hydro Max Cream. Hyaluronic acid is like the main thing in here. There are 7 different types. Hyaluronic acid is really great because it helps your skin keep moisture in if you live somewhere humid. If you live somewhere really dry, be careful because it could bring out the moisture out of your skin. You would probably need to apply some water on your skin, apply the moisturizer, then something thicker on top. But this is magical whenever you are looking for that. It is very lightweight. It's probably like lotion consistency. It has a faint kind of lemony scent and it's just super simple. It works really well. This is also empty. I will order a backup of this because I do like using it at night during the summer, but also, you know, during the spring. And I could use it right now, but I'm using something else I really like. So I did finish this, so clearly a sign I really enjoy this. Do recommend this. It's awesome. The next one is the one I'm currently using and very much enjoying, and it is by TONYMOLY. This is the Chok Green Tea Watery Cream. I believe they have 3 different types, and I think this is the middle one, and it's awesome because I used to have really dry skin, and I found it so satisfying to slap on a very thick moisturizer, but right now with my combination acne prone, clog prone skin, if I just look at a thick moisturizer, I break out. And I can't get that satisfying moment of, you know, applying something thick. I couldn't until this. I find that it's a great balance because it goes on quite thick, but as soon as it touches your skin, it kind of starts melting. So it is very moisturizing, and it is even made of green tea ferment, which ferments break me out like literally instantly all the time, but not this. And I just can get that glowy magic without the pimples, which is obviously awesome. And yeah, I've been really enjoying this. I really like the natural scent that it comes with, you know, green tea. I even have a friend that actually went through a whole bottle before I was even able to start using it, and she adored it, so it's a must. The thickest moisturizer I have to talk about is by The Ordinary. This is the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. I don't use this every single day because, again, I'm very clog prone, But when I'm very dehydrated, sometimes I feel like I need something to seal all those toners in because they will otherwise evaporate because the heater and it's very cold and dry. And this really works well for that for those days. It is super inexpensive. This is about $7, $8. And I believe it's literally $1 more to get the big bottle instead of the small one. So you might as well. If you don't like it on your face, you can use it on your hands or feet and, you know, great, affordable still moisturizer. I believe this is my third. I use like a small one and then the big one, I think. And yeah, I enjoy it for those specific needs. So I use it probably like twice a week during the winter, but I wouldn't want to be without this. Eye cream, same one as last year, same one as probably all the years to come because I am so difficult with eye creams. Scratch that. My skin is so difficult with eye cream. They will either roll off my face, they will either dehydrate me, they will break me out. I literally remember, I think it was the Shiseido one that everyone raves about. I woke up with like the biggest freaking pimple on my eye. Or they will give me milia. Some of them just don't do anything, which is better than most. But the only one that I find actually does something is this one by Origins. This is the Plantscription Anti-Aging Eye Treatment. You want the one in the jar, not the one with the pump. It's not the same thing. This is so good. It actually moisturizes, doesn't do all the bad stuff. And I don't know if it does much for anti-aging because I don't have much going on. Maybe this is the reason. But I find it actually plumps up my under eyes and it just makes me feel like this is actually doing something. So I do have another backup because they were having a good sale. But I'm running low actually-ish. So I love this. It works really well for me. I know a few of you actually went out and got this and also are loving this. So that's always... This is literally the best thing because skin can be so difficult. So whenever I'm able to recommend something that will work for you, it makes me very happy. But yes, love this. Recommend this. Sunscreen, might as well. Always and forever. Biore. This is the UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence SPF 50+, PA+++++. This is magic in a bottle. I cannot find sunscreens that don't break me out. So many of them do. And either that or they don't play nicely under makeup or they leave a white cast. And I'm obviously quite fair, but I still hate it. And I like to share my sunscreen. And this is just the easiest thing ever because it is completely clear. No white cast, no matter what your skin tone. And you can't feel it on your face. I have converted so many people to using sunscreen because everyone you think sunscreen is like, ugh, thick, disgusting on my face. Not this. It's not waterproof, but you can easily reapply whenever I feel like I need it. But on a daily basis, there's not a lot of sun here, especially like for half the year. But I still want some protection, and I feel like this is very easy to keep using. I don't feel like it's ruining my makeup every day, basically. So awesome. Love this. Also, shout out to the Neutrogena spray one. I've used up a few bottles of this. I will continue to use it during the summer, but right now I don't really use sunscreen on my body because no body part is exposed to the outside world. So that was good too. I actually used it on my face too at one point because I didn't have any more of this one. I just sprayed it on my hands and then applied it on my face. Took the risk, did not break me out. Impressive. Speaking of breakouts, acne products. Last year I had literally 50 products. I got things under control this year eventually, so I don't have as many. But one that is a re-mentioned is by The Ordinary. This is the salicylic acid 2% solution. This is a spot treatment for me. Some people use it all over the face. My skin would die. It does work really well when I have like those, you know, little bumps and everything. It's not the one I use when I'm desperate. Let's word it that way. But it works really well. Clearly, I've used a ton of this. I don't even know how many bottles. I think I do have still one backup, but my skin has been doing so much better. But yes, this is great. Really affordable too. One that is actually new for me. Last year, I think I had mentioned the Oxy 5 acne product. This is benzoyl peroxide 5%. But like I said, my skin is very sensitive. So 5% was quite a bit, although they even have a 10% version if your skin is very, very tough. Some people even use it as like a mask. Apply it, wash it off after a couple minutes. I would die if I did that. But I found something a little bit less aggressive. This is the Neutrogena Rapid Clear Stubborn Acne Daily Leave-On Mask, which no. I use this as a spot treatment overnight. I am currently actually dealing with a friend, which bangs are awesome, you can't tell. Although it's getting pretty flat because I've been using this for a few days and it doesn't dry out my skin, which usually if I overdid it with the Oxy 5 thing, after 2 days, if I applied more, the pimple would become crusty and dry and then you can't hide it with makeup anymore. I don't have that issue with it. It just literally flattens it very nicely, very gently, and it doesn't leave me feeling very crusty. So I don't apply this all over the face. You could if your skin was very, very tough, but yes, this is awesome. Love. Ooh, I forgot acne patches. These are the best ones. These are by COSRX. Once again, I'm not sponsored. Maybe I should be. Those are the Acne Pimple Master Patch. The red ones. They're great. They're really thick, but they're probably the most powerful ones that I've tested. I've tested a bunch. Most of them are okay. Some of them are actually crap. I need to talk about one of them in my empties because so bad. They were literally like stickers. These really help bring to a head any pimples you have or flatten them overnight completely. The black ones, the clear ones, basically the one with the black logo are clear and they work well during the day, but I find that you can find other brands that have similar ones for cheaper because you get more for the same price-ish. I'll link some down below because I can't remember the brand, but these are the best ones, like overnight ones. Let's continue with face mask, I guess. Clay one. Oh, still need to talk about this one. This is the Origins Retexturizing Mask with Rose Clay. It is a pink mask. It's fun, but the good thing is that for a clay mask, it actually doesn't dry out my skin, which again, I have combination skin, so a lot of people tend to want to dry their skin even more whenever it becomes oily, but that's a mistake. We want to moisturize it, and this actually helps remove all the dead skin, all the blackheads, and it's not perfect, obviously, but I notice a significant difference whenever I use this and then I use the oil cleanser, the DHC one. My skin is baby smooth and just so perfect. I wish I could do this every day, but obviously my skin would probably not appreciate, but this is really, really gentle and it just really works. As far as sleeping mask, I really enjoyed this one. Same as last year, actually. This is the Sulwhasoo Overnight Vitalizing Mask. It does smell really strongly of ginseng. But it grew on me. Now I really like it. You can also find smaller size online, which again, I'll link everything down below. I probably have a third of this left and I still have a few months to use it, so I will do that. But this is magic. I straight up think that their products are magical. They're expensive, but worth it. I feel like whenever I use this, mostly during the winter at night, I feel like my skin is like more plumped and just smooth and just great. I especially notice it whenever I stop using it for a while and then I use it again. I'm like, why did I ever stop? So I think I'm overdue to start doing that again. But yes, I kind of almost like forgetting about it and reusing it because every time I'm super excited. So this is great. Sheet mask, the magical ones by Dr. Jar. Those are the Ceramidin facial mask, and wow, if I were made of money, like legit had like unlimited amount of money, I would bathe in these daily. You can get them for cheaper on Yes Style. You get these pack of 5, which I have none right now because I used them all up. But I have some coming my way. Bientôt. French is coming out. I'm becoming very excited soon. Yeah, I believe whenever you buy it in a pack of 5, it's like you get 1 or 2 for free compared to the Sephora prices, depending on if they're having a sale or not. And totally worth it that way. These are so freaking good. These are technically made the whole range for dry skin people, which I don't have, but this is thick and satisfying and doesn't break me out and it's magical. And during the winter, I try to do like one almost every week and it's very, very fancy. And I adore these, like literally want an unlimited lifetime supply of these. I do tend to actually give these to friends and family during Christmas, and they kind of have a love-hate relationship with me when I do that because they love these, but then they don't want to actually splurge on these. So I make everyone fall in love with these essentially, and I guarantee you if you did try it, you would also feel the same. Anti-aging treatment, I don't really use much. I probably should, but I guess the bangs are like there to prevent any wrinkles. I actually need to ask my doctor if you use, is it Retin-A? I want to try this just to see if that works. I will have to be very careful because again, sensitive skin, but I'm tempted But for now, I am using this lovely product. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic and Retinol Anti-Aging Moisturizer. It is a moisturizer, but I tend to use it at the end when everything had time to sink into the skin before I go to bed. Essentially, I apply a layer of this, and wow, this is great. It kind of smells like weird oranges. I love the scent because this is my second one, and it just again grew on me. But I find that my skin is so much more smooth the next day, and if I could use it every day I would, but again I can only use this like once or twice a week, probably twice a week in general, especially during the winter, because I feel like this is when my skin looks the most like aged, I guess. But yeah, I really like this. So far it has been worth the money because like I said, I had used like a travel size that someone had given to me and fell in love with it and had to repurchase, so it happened. Oil, I don't use a lot of oils because I don't like the feeling of them on my skin, but I went through a phase where my nose was especially bad. I got sick and like nothing was really working. My skin was just peeling all the time, and this was great and it's affordable. This is the Ordinary 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. Rosehip oil is also really great. I've talked all day and my jaws are so tired. I even removed my Invisalign so you could actually understand me. Rosehip oil is also really good to help fade any acne scarring, but I mostly used it on my nose whenever I was really dry and needed like extra help, so liked it. Lip balm. I do like the ones I've mentioned in the past from Laneige and Nuxe, but I wanted to give a huge shout out to this one because oh my, I've been loving this. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Caramel Hydrating Balm, and whoa, this is so good. I've had pan on it and I'm kind of sad. There's not a lot of product in here. There's 6 grams, which I guess is not that little, but this not only smell and taste delicious, but it actually really moisturizes your lips. I do like, in general, their lip balms, but they're pricier, but man, they just really work and I just really like them. So I would definitely repurchase this, unfortunately for my bank account, but I've been really loving this. Body. I don't think I talked about a body lotion last year, but always and forever. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This is amazing. I have very dry, scaly legs. I hate shaving them, especially during the winter, because I will scratch them until like I just can't stop. But this is very calming, great ingredients. It's just very soothing. I know some people use it on their face. I don't do that. I would break out. But on my body, it's awesome. Oh, by the way, I also want to give a quick shout out to these little cotton pads. I am difficult with them. I want them to be soft and thin whenever I use them for toners, and these are extra thin. I finally found basically a replacement for my TONYMOLY ones that I couldn't find them anymore, so I will link these down below if you are interested. Quick shout out also to my headbands, same as last year, but these are the softest, cutest, cheapest ones out there, and they're really great. You have the cat ones and you have the rabbit ones. They have a few different shades, colors. The makeup channel is coming out. They have a few different options, so definitely would recommend them. They're really affordable and worth it. And then last but not least, this spray bottle. I know spray bottle seems weird, but listen, Linda, I hate buying a product with a really crappy spray, especially when it's an expensive product. You feel like you've been cheated. And these are like $2 and it's the best spray ever. So fine, so soft, so powerful. It doesn't break. I've been using this one for 2 years and it still works. It's awesome. Highly recommend this. So those are all my favorites. Let me know in the comment section yours, or if you have any opinions about the ones I mentioned. My battery's about to die, so I'm trying to like finish this up quickly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out. I do have my best makeup and then worst makeup and skincare coming up very soon that I recommend you check out when they are there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.